Hey guys, Reedy here. This is going to be my second of 3 basic videos outlining the build orders that I use, the 3 basic build orders that I use, one for each race obviously. So today I'm going to have a TvZ, and I hope you guys checked out my TvT 111 build. It's up on my channel if you want to check it out. But today's going to be a TvZ, and look out in the future for TvP. I'll be doing that one sometime in the future. Now that classes have started, it gets kind of tough. So, anyway, we'll get on with this one. For this one, I got it. If you guys know a guy named Hammer, if you guys check the forums, I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen his threads. It's a Reaper harass build into massive drop build, and I really like it a lot actually. I've found that people at this level, unless they go roaches immediately, they can't really stop it. And again, at this level, you don't really see a lot of people going roaches. A lot of people will open mass zerglings or some kind of baneling bust. So it works really well against the typical builds you're going to see at the bronze, silver, and gold levels. So it starts out standard 10 supply, 12 racks, and then immediately after that you're going to put down a second racks around 14. Meanwhile, I'm scouting for his base, looking for it, and really all I like to do with this SCV is to find out when he's going to expand, just so I know if he is expanding or if he's not expanding. It's a pretty good thing to know. So if he's not expanding, it's probably going to be some sort of all-in play from Zerg. So that's definitely something to look out for. So around 15, you want to save up 150 gas, and then drop your refineries at the exact same time. So you get them to come out at the same time. And then around shortly after, save up 150 minerals and get your orbital going. Also, just like to pump out a marine before I start my reapers here, so that I do have some sort of defense for scouts and stuff that may come through. So yeah, I'm saving up for 100 gas. Once I get this second marine out, you're gonna make two tech labs, double tech labs, and then immediately after that you're going to want to start pumping out the reapers. And I think I might have seen this, I'm not entirely sure, but I just sent my guy back to the middle just to see if he was going to be trying to do any early pressure against me. I'd probably know about it, and you'll see how even though I'm committing a lot of minerals to the structures and getting the structures up and running, you can still defend it pretty easily, which feels safe to know. You won't have to be worried about early pressure. So yeah, you just go constant reapers until you have about 8 of them. I drop my factory probably around 17 or 18, and you just want to get that down as soon as possible so you can get starport up and running, because eventually you're going to take these reapers, these 8 reapers, load them all up into medivac and run one over there to do some harass. At the bronze level, it's not so much harass as it is you can actually win the game right here and there if you have pretty good micro with your reapers and your medevac. At the higher levels, oh sorry, it's early. Sorry. At the higher levels, you'll probably see this just more as a harass type part of your build, looking to hurt their economy, because obviously they should be able to defend it pretty well. But you get your starport down immediately afterwards, and then I also like to get another barracks up, so you can keep the units pumping. You want to make a medevac as soon as possible out of this. or as soon as I possibly can. There we go. Get a starport going. We're up to about 6 Reapers now, so we're almost there. You do want to kind of reinforce this wall here for stuff that's about to happen, just like this. And the important thing here is if you have the wall reinforced, if it's heavily reinforced, and he does go for some sort of bust, he's obviously going to lose his banelings, and then the units coming in behind it, Zerglings, are just going to get eaten up by the Reapers, or even your bunkers if you have enough of them. So there's not too much to worry about there. You'll have a pretty solid wall and a pretty solid defense to this early pressure. And then all you're going to have to do is rebuild the wall, throw down maybe another bunker instead this time, and try not to get supply blocked. Obviously, walling in with a supply depot there, it's going to kind of supply block you anyway, but that's no big deal. You can just rebuild and shouldn't have to worry about too much more. So make sure you got constant SCVs. Rebuilding everything, you're gonna switch to Marines here now that you've got all your Reapers. So yeah, we're gonna send these guys over. Gonna go harass for a bit, see what he's doing over in his base. And what you want to do with the medivac is make sure that you are gonna drop the units behind the mineral line somewhere that isn't gonna be easily accessible by Zerglings or anything like that. So you go ahead and drop them in. They're going to destroy the drones. You don't really have to worry about the Queen too much. And so yeah, pretty much this is exactly what you want to happen. You want to, first of all, stop him from being able to mine off of this base, as well as make him overreact a bit and just do the only thing he really can do, which is create a bunch of Zerglings that'll just get eaten up when they do finally spawn. So it's done its purpose for now. This base isn't doing anything for him. While he still has a lot of minerals, you can see production stopped. He destroys Queen, do some damage to his base. These Zerglings that he made, they're gonna get destroyed. And the important thing is to keep this medivac, keep these Reapers alive. Because the longer you keep them alive, the longer he has to keep that in the back of his mind that you could be dropping into the ground at any time. So make sure you keep them alive. That's a very important thing to do. If you lose it, he'll probably throw up some defenses, some anti-air defenses, so you won't be able to do it anymore. And he did have the correct response. Building roaches, obviously Reapers don't do well at all against roaches, so if he sends them to your front of your base the first time, you do have to be aware of that and probably stop Reaper production. It's just not going to work, or maybe produce less of them and just go for his main, because the roaches are just they're gonna beat your Reapers. So you've got this medivac floating around. As you can see, I've switched to Marauders now that I've seen that he's making roaches. Those are obviously the counter, and it won't take much. It won't take much to beat them. Try another drop here. Load them right up. The roaches aren't going to touch it. Queen's basically the only thing that can shoot at it. If we pause for a second, go back to the base here. I've got 3 racks. I'm gonna start pumping out siege tanks now to deal with the roaches as well as the Zerglings, if we do go some sort of mid-game play, and a starport obviously to reinforce any more units I build with medivacs. Sometime soon, I believe, I'll be putting down a command center. Look for that in the production tab, sorry. That should be going down soon. But the main thing is you just want to harass him. You just want to keep bugging him. And eventually he's either going to get so fed up with it that he quits, or he'll take down your medivac, and you should be way ahead in the supply lead because he's been focusing so much on it. You should have way more units, and way more units to counter what he's already made. And I think this is also a good build, because if he does respond with roaches properly, they do take longer, obviously, so you should be able to A, do more damage to his mineral line before they finish, or B, be able to just move back and forth, because roaches do move slower than obviously speedlings, so you should be able to make them work for you. Again, he can't really do a whole lot. There you see I've got my command center almost finished. He can't really do a whole lot as long as you keep it alive. I did load up another medivac this time to deal with the roaches. Threw a couple marines in there too. I'm going to be dropping this natural now. Same thing, I'm going to keep him alive because obviously this can't handle that many roaches. But his roaches can't handle my medivac, so there's nothing to worry about there. And you can basically do the same thing here. Drop him on down. He's not going to be able to mine. Load him on up. He's the only thing he really can do is send over what he's making. He's got some zerglings. Yeah, the only thing he really can do here while you're harassing him the whole time is to send over what he's got. And while you may be waiting a long time to expand, by this time, as you can see, I'm getting my orbital. I've got plenty of units that I could set up in the front there. And I mean, this is 15 minutes worth of game seconds into the game. So I mean, it is a while before you're expanding, obviously before like this 7, 8, or 9 minute mark, but it's definitely worth it because you just got to think about it. At this level, how good can a bronze level Zerg, or silver level Zerg in this case, multitask? He obviously isn't going to be able to harass you effectively while being harassed at the same time. He's got to focus on one or the other for the most part, and he's got to react with the proper units. So you can get the pressure in early and sustain that pressure over however long you can keep your medivac alive until you can get some reinforcements in with some more appropriate units. So I'll post the build order on my blog, thelosttutorials.blogspot.com, and check that out. And if you need to, watch as many times as you need to. The production tabs here. I know I kind of lost track of the units in the end, or lost track of the buildings in the end, but as you can see, it didn't change that much. I mean, 2 racks, factory starport, threw in some bunkers. I really only built one extra barracks and this engineering bay, which I haven't even upgraded yet. So I mean, not a lot has changed. I pumped out some tanks, but yeah, I mean, you don't have to do a lot at home because you can effectively harass him with 3 barracks when he's not even gonna have the chance to attack you. So it's a good build. At least give it a try. If you are in the lower leagues, it does work effectively. Just make sure that you can get those Reapers out in fast enough so that you can go and attack him. And yeah, I hope this video helped you guys. Keep an eye out for my TVP video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.